The Colonel's Bequest, we say.
The other 5% is how she handles the duster.
Lads. I do love as well that like the doctor and the maid are like a room beside each other. So like the doctor must be like just clutching onto the magazine to make sure he doesn't like just start launching at him at the maid.
Chain himself to the chair or something like that.
Yeah. He's actually just been stuck to it and he's just trying to play it off. So yeah, there's
all these guns, you can't take none of them.
No.
Go full Resident Evil on this motherfucker.
You were almost a Lorable sandwich.
Shut the fuck up, Barry.
This would have made this game a lot better if Laura was able to just go, Ethel! Thank God you're all right.
Let's smoke these fools.
And then like the actual murderer like fucking doing the Wesker voice going, oh no, whatever shall we do next? The old colonel has died. Who could have done it? I don't know.
He seems to have brutally shot himself 13 times while combing his hair.
But to be fair, who hasn't done that by accident, really? Like that's very easily done when you're preening, lads. I'm telling you. Not a lot of people believe me, but it does happen. It does happen.
Ooh.
Mostly in Florida, I've noticed. So I could be wrong here, but like there's actually quite an insignificant amount of death in this game. And I think in my first playthrough I may have cut out 2, and 2 of them were alligator oriented. So like if you go too far away from the house, an alligator just comes up and eats you, basically, to further reinforce the fact that you were surrounded by a swamp.
An interesting way. Invisible walls? Nah, fuck it. Let's just have an alligator eat the bitch.
Well, why do you want invisible walls when you can have very visible alligators? That's what I want to know. I mean, it works for every other platformer in the world. You know, whenever you go to a bottomless pit, what's going to be down there? Fucking alligators. Come on, people. Think it through. Makes sense. If it worked for Pitfall, it would work for anyone else. So yes, let's have a little wander around here. So I just thought at this point of the playthrough to kind of give like a general look around the place, because I kind of did that in the first playthrough, except like, you know, took me an hour. So I basically have just like shown all the places, because again the neat thing about it is, as was the case with most of the Sierra games, a lot of this like the exposition and details was in the manual. So the manual actually did come with a full blown out map of the plantation house, and shows you where everything is. So let's say if you're in a rush, for example, and you need to get to a certain place like soonish, you know where to go rather than just meandering from screen to screen. And it's a genuine map. Like it's made out to be as if it's like an aerial view of the area. So I don't know which house in New Orleans they use to plagiarize that, but all credit to them. It made the game look a bit more legitimate, you know.
The sugarcane field. Holy fuck.
So this is actually where Celie, the kitchen maid, lives. She doesn't even live in the manor. She lives on the land, and it keeps farming animals. Yeah. So unfortunately, it was the style of the time. And so this is where Beauregard lives. And
he spends most of the time in the house. Fuck that. Nobody puts him out.
No, nobody puts Beauregard in the corner. By the way, to be fair, he's there by the roaring fire. I dare you to move that fucking dog. I dare you. Look into his sad little fucking sad little eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Sound everywhere. You're not moving that dog for loads of money. In fact, that dog is moving you.
Yeah, that's true. He's an old dog. Fuck it, leave him.
Yeah, exactly. Incidentally, if you're wondering what's the crack with the cellar, that's where Jeeves lives. So again, was also the style of the time.
He actually does live in the basement. Fucking hell.
Yes. Maybe he's Irish, and that's how they just because that would have been quite like realistic in that sense.
Not really, given how stereotypical the Sierra games are at times. He'd come out looking like the fucking mascot for Lucky Charms.
That's true. His tuxedo would be green. He'd be just going like, "Would you like a pint of Guinness? That's the only thing I serve."
It would have had fiddle music every time he's in the room or something like that.
Yeah, he would have river danced out of the room every time. Although, to be fair, they obviously haven't done that yet. Not because Sierra loves Irish stereotype, because it's really hard to animate river dancing. That's the only reason. Okay, once they break through that river dance barrier, you're going to see nothing but paddies everywhere.
It's difficult to MIDI fiddle music as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. The Irish are very much immune to 8-bit stereotypes.
Oh, Playhouse. This isn't ominous at all.
No, not whatsoever. Especially considering that it's completely run down. There's a chair that basically swings by itself. Not creepy at all. Not whatsoever.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Come back. Squirrel, please. For fuck's sake. What do you mean it's not understood? Should be able to pet any animal in this game. Then okay, apart from the alligators, obviously. But like
Rip off. 1 out of 10 cannot pet the squirrel.
Those are the 2 clips I'm going to submit.
Let's just end the review right here, right now. Fuck this.
Can you please do like a retrospective review of Laura Bow and go, while this game was very good for its time with the depth and pacing and so forth, you couldn't pet the squirrel. Roberta Williams is a cod. I fucking hate Sierra at the end.
This whole thing is a sham.
Yes.
And a farce. And a sham.
I haven't been this disappointed in the game since Cockhead.
Jesus Christ.
So
all right.
As
he's called Dijon and the in-laws are called Crouton. So
yes.
We're sticking with French food then, yeah, as a simulation.
Well, as far as I'm aware, they are 2 of the biggest Creole families in New Orleans. So it's actually
Crouton
quite realistic.
Dijon.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now, I don't think the croutons are named after them. I like that. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Yeah, I believe. Well, Dijon is huge anyway. I'm not for certain because obviously that's even like that's a province in fucking France. So yeah, I think it takes the same thing. Like croutons are a region of France as well, I believe. Ooh. And look, it's a starving horse.
Would that be the racehorse from the racehorse scam that we heard about earlier?
No, it's not actually. There's other racehorses in play. That one's too old to race. It's an old nag called Blaze. And the death may be cut out, but it can trample you if you let it out. So that is a potential death.
Oh.
Neil, I know this is a very philosophical question, and it perhaps is a bit too early to be asking these things tonight, but are horses good boys?
They can be, yes.
Did you need like a special license or something?
No. They can be good boys.
Okay, that's grand.
So they're the same thing as foxes.
Yes.
Not dogs, but can be good boys.
So category 2 good boys. Okay, that checks out. That's checked out. That's grand.
Cats can go fuck themselves.
I was about to say, yeah, I think cats can still fuck off, aren't they? That's never going to change. Moths can fuck off as well, to be honest. Like, I can't think of a moth that would ever be a good boy. So, refreshingly, now we're picking up items for our quest, such as an oil can and what's in this carriage. Swish. We'll always need a crowbar.
Ring there for the fucking
item. Would you rather that or the police quest jingle, where like at the end of a Columbo episode?
Well, now we got a crowbar to deal with that pesky squirrel.
I'm not going to beat up the squirrel.
Aww.
Beat up the alligator with it. Just bonk it on the head and go, not in.
You're now looking.
It's what happened. It's one of the secret endings to this game where you can hit the alligator with a crowbar and you get a new pair of shoes out of it. It's great. You become the alligator. So there's a bell tower here as well. And the last place we need to go to is a church, but we haven't gone in there yet. And we see there's actually some stuff going on here in this one.
Some shady shit.
Considering this is organ music coming from nowhere, I mean that warrants investigation. So yes, let's have a wander. Some sagging floorboards. Very nice. In a game that's observing, you can't check anything. How many verbs do you need, game?
Smash.
There we go.
Now we got it. Trigger the event.
How foolish of me to be looking at the wrong floorboard, because I can clearly tell from here which one is sagging.
Ah. Use crowbar.
And indeed, that's what happens. Oh look, another little secret in this house. They really do love their little hideaways, don't they? So, what's happening in this Bible? Ooh, it's a Crouton family Bible. But we know more than enough about the Dijons. We don't know anything about the other side. So, this Sarah is interesting. Seems to be her Bible. Now what I would say, well, I didn't catch that part there, Neil, sorry. What was that?
Is she putting it back?
Because she was just reading it. She didn't. It's not an actual item. It's just. It's something we can ask people about now, because there's now the name and play. But yeah, the Sarah Crouton is actually one of the graves in that area, and apparently she died when she was 16 or 18, and may have been, or I think she'd have died of an illness. Or she died here in the manor. I can't remember, but it's something you can ask people about, and they have different reactions to it, which is interesting. So yes, let's have a look around. So it's more of a case of now just looking for the right trigger now to proceed in the game, because we've more or less got acquainted with everybody. We now know what the manor looks like and what's around. So now it's a case of getting on with the plot and see what happens next. So, like, I suppose a few kind of early threads you can pull on here would be the horse, the racehorse business. Oh, there's a chandelier. Oh yeah, because it's a Sierra game, there has to be random deaths. So yeah. To be fair, it wouldn't be a Sierra game without it, so that makes sense. So yeah, first death of the game, lads. And what a momentous occasion it was. Completely random, completely arbitrary, doesn't happen only in this hour. There is an alternate reality where we're the first to die, and that was that. So like I was saying, it is just a case of finding the right thing to proceed in the game. So like there are some plot threads we can play at, but let's have a look at this fella. So we've been told he looks quite rusted.
Ah, oil.
Mm.
A Bologna merchant. Do you sell sauce?
I would be racist if I said yes. So yes, we oil the helmet, which means we can open it. And look at this, realistic oil physics. Mm-mm-mm. Laura Bow there using her psychic abilities to oil the
Gotta love
helmet.
them oil physics.
Yes. Pioneers of it, Neil. Some
A
respect.
metal valve handle. Ooh.
Quite. And there's little notes inside it. Hmm.
Ooh, the water nymph.
Yes. Now you're saying there that there's one or two little subplots happening in this game, and I think you mentioned in your original playthrough you kind of caught this more so than the rest of the game.
Yeah, there's a kind of hidden treasure subplot to
Yes.
this, which I thought was the main point of the game,
Mm.
as opposed to the actual murder itself. And so that's what I spent most of my time figuring out.
Mm.
But as it turns out, it's utterly inconsequential. You can, in fact, go throughout the entire game and not find it.
Exactly, yeah. It means absolutely sweet fuck all.
Funnily enough, you can actually go through the entire game and not really solve the murder either.
No,
So, yeah.
you can just be
Time
sus for the entire occasion. And now, excitingly, because he's found a woman sleeping, it's now chapter 2 of our story. 8 p.m. in the child's Dijon house.
Gertie is sleeping.
If you're sleeping and my Geordie accent is not waking her up, I think she's too old to listen to my voice.
She's sleeping in her clothes as well. She's not undressed at all.
Dirty fucking bitch. That's the chandelier to kill us, by the way, communicating.
As you can see it rattling away there.
Absolutely. So, yeah, there's our first clue. A hanky. Oh, hello. Cigar smoke. Mm. You see, you noticed there, like the last few times we were talking to people who were smoking, we smelled the air. So now, because we did that, we might be able to recognize a cigar from the other, like a cigar from cigarette or whatever. So that's a bit of a clue as to what's going on.
Sniff, sniff.
Mm-hmm. So when we look around, you're perhaps wondering what happened to old woman Gertie.
Given that she was snoring her brains out when we were in there first time.
Yes, exactly.